Okay, hello, welcome to the class. So we are here to learn about the AI revolution. So most people are using AI wrong today. That is why it is very easy to beat 99% of the people who are using AI and beat that 1% who's making all the big differences in today's world. So in this whole course, we will let you know AI, use AI, utilize AI, and maximize your production by using the simplest methods. That sounds very complex, but when taught can become just as easy as cooking anything like an instant noodles. Now, moving forward, we would go back to the history of AI, how AI started. What is AI? Why did it become so important in this year, 2026, the era of AI? Market crashes just because one AI model is released. Everybody losing their job. A lot of people getting their job done more easier just by AI. So many positives, so many negatives. How to stick to the positive side? How to bring the utility? So 2020, this was the first time जो हमारे हाथ में AI को सौंपा गया. For the first time, AI was given into the hands of people in the world so that people could have access. Not so many people were involved in those first days of AI. It was limited to few organizations who were trying to build AI, who were trying to give information to AI. By the year 2022, we came up to a place where the whole world was handed over the power of AI. This was the time jab, irrespective of your age, your organization, your individualship, you had an access with your phone using ChatGPT or any other model, which we will keep talking about right now. Next, which we will keep talking about right now. So, this was the time when the models were very small, just like a newborn baby, limited information, limited answers, limited usage. So that in 2024, it came the time when these large language models become larger language models, more capable, generating images, brainstorming bigger ideas, generating blog post, content creation, and a lot more work that we have been using every day AI for. And then comes the big day, today, 2026. Now these are not language models. These are now reasoning models. So all these words look very hefty. Large language models, large reasoning models. As we move on, you will feel these are just nursery words. A large language model and a large reasoning model. These are the two words which we'll be comparing and easing it down. When we talk about large language models, ये सब वो models हैं जो 2024-2025 तक exist किया करते थे. These models were nothing but a lot of information fed in a single database. It is just like how you use Google. When you write anything on Google, Google auto-generates and tries to complete what you're trying to write. Now that depends completely on data. This depends completely on probability. What is probability and how is an LLM working? Or how was an LLM working? As you see on the screen, whenever I say Humpty Dumpty sat on, your brain automatically shoots to 4. That's the probability. Humpty Dumpty कहीं भी बैठ सकता हो, bench पर, chair, terrace पर. But for you, Humpty Dumpty always sat on a 4. That is how a large language model works. When you ask it anything, just like a Google web page, it goes back and it tries to carry information. Where Google uses permanent database to answer your questions, language models think of the best probability. Google, when you write like Humpty Dumpty sat on a, that is, I'm not just talking about Google, I'm talking about any search engine. When you write Humpty Dumpty sat on a, उनका जो ऑटो कंप्लीट फीचर उनका जो ऑटो कंप्लीट फीचर जो आपके सेंटेंसेस को कंप्लीट करता है, वो बस एक डेटा पर डिपेंड है. वेरी परफेक्ट डेटा सेट विच इज गोइंग टू कम आउट.
It will only use Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. So for these auto search engines, Humpty Dumpty will always second up. But for a large language model, like ChatGPT is a large language model, Google Gemini is a large language model, Anthropic Claude is a large language model, DeepSeek is a large language model. So these large language models, they will put all probabilities in their answers. जो हम नहीं देख रहे, ये बैक एंड में अपने अंदर, अपने न्यूरल नेटवर्क में, अपने ब्रेन नेटवर्क में, it is trying to calculate all probabilities. So this, irrespective of anything, इसने हम्टी डम्टी को वॉल पर, टेरेस पर, बेंच पर, हेलीकॉप्टर पर, हर जगह it made it sit. And when it found that the best suiting answer or the best probability for Humpty Dumpty from all the data that we have fed already to these models, they understand that Humpty Dumpty will always sit on a wall. And that is why the output comes from the ChatGPT or Gemini or Anthropic. These are the LLMs. They will answer you wall. Always. That's how it works. Now, what were you sending and what was it replying? These are tokens. Maybe Humpty is a token. Dumpty is also a token. So when you write Humpty Dumpty sat on a, you send a set of tokens. Humpty Dumpty sat on a. I say these are 5 tokens. You write 5 tokens. This is the input you give. आपने एक सेंटेंस लिखा, उसको कंप्यूटर आपके लैंग्वेज में नहीं समझता. कंप्यूटर हैज इट्स ओन लैंग्वेज. सो टू सिंप्लीफाई हाउ टू काउंट द कैरेक्टर्स और द वेट ऑफ योर प्रॉम्प्ट, कि आपने जो प्रॉम्प्ट लिखा है वो कितने किलो का है बेसिकली. So there is no kilos out here. We are using the word tokens. So right here, for example, Humpty Dumpty sat on a was 5 tokens. And then it replies you with wall. That's 1 token. So what happened? उसने आपके 5 टोकन को लिया, उसने अपने ब्रेन स्टॉर्म के अंदर उसको डाला, बेस्ट प्रोबेबिलिटी निकाला, अपना टोकन ऐड किया, and the output it gave was Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. So now you gave 5 tokens, you get back 6 tokens. This is how AI works. हमने tokens के बारे में क्यों जाना? That we will know when we will be learning about cost of AI and how to make the best utility of AI. For the first part, we will start with the art of prompt engineering, how to write prompts and how to make the best utility of what you write to your LLM or LR. For that, we are at our next topic, that is the art of prompt engineering. For that, we are in the next chapter, that is the art of prompt engineering. What is prompt engineering? It's a very famous word in today's world. There are a lot of newsletters typing that it is going to be highest paid jobs in the world. So whether you are a person at a job or whether you are a person in business, you might have to employ a prompt engineer or you might have to become a prompt engineer. But what is this? How to become a prompt engineer in just a minute or just by understanding the concept, what you see on your screen as AIM. That's how I define my art of prompt engineering. क्या है ये prompt engineering? इसको बहुत एक simple से length वे समझते हैं. As you can see the AIM framework, I try to explain this AIM framework for you. so that this will stick in your head forever whenever you're using any language rules in your life. Writing a weak prompt, as you can see on the screen, write an email for this purpose. So that is how 99% of the people who talk to AI talk like. This is what they would write. Write an email for me to get the statement of my bad or something like that. That is how you are using AI prompt. That is how we used to use Google. This is not a Google search engine, or this is not a Yana search engine. This is much more. But when you have a lot more, you should know where to click. That is where prompt engineering comes. My prompt engineering will try to explain that how a machine understands you.
Just as I told you, machines do not understand our language. English, Hindi, Italian, Chinese. They don't understand any of these. What they understand is the machine language. 1, 0, 1, 0. That is all a computer knows. So how does it handle it? That is where the tokens come. They convert it into tokens. They convert what you write into 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0 in its own language. And then it gives you a reply in tokens. 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0 again. Now there is a computer or there is an agent between you and the ChatGPT or Gemini or any other AI model we are talking about. Ye agent will convert this 1010 tokens back to your language and display it to you. So this one single node is doing all the transfers between you and the AI all the time. This token networking makes AI understand you. What we call as language becomes machine language and reaches us back in our language. But how may be best used? That's where AIM framework kicks in. AIM framework tries and decide the AI's framework of doing the jobs inside guardrails, which is the most important part of using AI today. Trying to assign it a role and setting it the guardrails to work along. So right now, my framework makes you understand how to write a prompt to any of these AI models. So as you see, for A, act as, defining a persona or a role. So whenever you start writing a prompt, don't just start writing as write an email for this purpose. Assign it a role first. Since AI knows too much, it should know which branch to touch. You need to do that branching with the first lines of your prompt, where you write, act as a sales agent, or act as a veterinary doctor, or act as a great scientist or a scholar. So that's where it now knows who it is. It has a persona. It is thinking in lines and not just haphazardly. If you don't assign a role to AI, what happens? AI will love making things up. No matter how many times you tell it that it's wrong, it will always come up with an answer. It will always have a better answer every time, whether it is right or wrong. That is why today most of the AI models you use, they always have the lines written right below that you can make mistakes and you should recheck it. That is why a defining persona part in your prompt is very, very, very important. That is where you let it know how much and where it likes to think. It is not brainstorming itself, going everywhere and trying to catch every answer just to make itself funny. The next part is instruction or the input, where you put in your question or you put in what you want from the AI, just like write an email. So basically, after you assign a persona or a role to AI, the next part is writing your weak prompt. That is, write an email for this purpose. So this particular weak prompt is actually the instructional prompt. And then we come to the last part, that is N, that is more context, that is methodology. What happens with that N? You try and say that use these methods. Maybe you are writing that mail and you want that mail to be produced in a PDF file or a document file. Or maybe you want it to be turned into an HTML file so that you can convert it into your web page. This is where you put it more context related to the item, what you want out of the product. In this more context, we can add a lot of things. We can add the tone of how this letter should be. We can add what the audience will be to this so that it can just refine the content of your feed and put it along. We can also ask it to put referral links. We can also ask it to verify its answers before it gives it to us. We will try all of these in just a while, where I will be showing you how writing a small prompt and big prompt makes a difference. Usually the big prompts are the small ones. So we are in ChatGPT, and we will stick to this what you see behind. Weak prompt, my aim framework, and then we come to our power prompt. So right now I would just come here and I would ask it a simple question. I want to know about black holes. Write me a PDF. So we will wait for it to generate a result. Right now I'm using ChatGPT. So you see, right here is a PDF generation analysis that you can see here. And it tells me download the PDF. And you can see the information written out here. What is a black hole? And it has these contents, some basic contents, as you see, very, very basic contents. Now, what if I change this? I go to a new chat. And so right now we have still simple, but very effective. You're a great astroscientist and scholar with years of research and analysis in the fields of black hole, in alignment to Einstein's theory and Hawking's explanation. So for the part of the aim framework which we were talking about, this is the part A of A. So this is where I define its persona. And then I come to the input, that is write the best of the knowledge about black holes. And then we come to M, that is in our effective small PDF. So now we see it has generated the result here. And it is a way lot different from what simple text bodies we had right in this query. So this is how the aim framework will make you a prompt engineer, just by click, few likes, and you're done. So with this, we will move to the next part, which is what models to use. So whenever I am around my friends or my colleagues or my relatives, they always ask me, what is the AI model that I use? I answer that depends upon my work, because I use multiple AI engines on everyday basis, depending upon the kind of work I'm handling at that moment. Say I want to generate content for my web page, or I want to generate a blog or a blog for my Instagram or YouTube or LinkedIn post. When do I go? I always go to Google Gemini. Why? Because Google Gemini has the best image generators right now, best video generators right now, which we regularly know right now by the name of Nano Banana and VO3. But if I'm not talking about writing or brainstorming ideas, if I have to write content for my captions or content on my web page, I would always try and jump onto ChatGPT because ChatGPT custom content creation bots are really very good at this job for brainstorming, for new ideas, for idea expansion. ChatGPT is the place. If you talk about what if you're an owner, what if you're making an app, what if you're making a workflow, an agent, that way you use Claude. Anthropic Claude is possibly one of the best coding agents that you will find into. It has particular agents just to do coding, and Anthropic itself is a bliss to use if you are a coder. Other than that, there are many other LLMs that exist. Free LLMs, paid LLMs, large reasoning models. There are also a lot of them are free, a lot of them are open source. We will talk about all of this when we are diving deeper into using AI. There are certain AI models which don't even require internet. They are installed locally on your computer, tailored to your needs, and it will run offline to give you all of the answers and content creation you want for your business or your work every day on your laptop without using any kind of tokens. But we will discuss this later when we are doing things on a big scale. For right now, we will just come up to see how different AI models will answer the same question very differently. For this, we're using this web page called getmonetized.ai. You just go onto your address bar and just type this URL. You can log in here. From here, now I can see here it's written GPT 4.1 mini and I can see compare models out there. I'll just click on compare model. We will add few more models and then I will tell you what it's about. So on one click, I can see I have 4 models here. OpenAI, ChatGPT 5, Claude Opus 4, Gemini 2.5, DeepSeek. ये सारे अलग-अलग AI engines हैं. OpenAI is ChatGPT, Gemini, Google Gemini. Claude is Anthropic Claude. The older AI जिसके बारे में अभी बात कर रहे थे. DeepSeek, very famous Chinese product. And now we come here and we will just write a prompt. We will try and keep this prompt and we will come to montai.ai and just paste it here. And now I send it. Now as you can see, all these 4 different agents. So this basically becomes a political house where 4 different political parties are sitting and discussing one single agenda, everybody with a different or maybe a slightly different idea. So you can come here and you can just see what we have written. Every of the answers are different. Here we have the answer from ChatGPT. Here we have the answer from Claude. Here we have the answer for Gemini. And here we have the answer for the last DeepSeek. So this is how you can see that different models will answer differently. ये use करने के लिए नहीं. This was to explain to you that how different models are actually different from each other. And about starting that, which AI should I start with? Which AI should I spend more time with? Well, you choose your own instrument. If you are good with a guitar, doesn't make sure that I will be good with a piano, but you at least know the strings. So playing piano won't be that difficult as it would have been if you were not a guitarist. So it is basically knowing the AI and letting the AI know you. You spend some time with maybe for Gemini, see if it can cater your needs, see why it is not able to cater your needs. Switch it to a different data. Now start talking with that. See if there is a difference. See if your problem was solved here. Many a times, I would have to take a single simple project to multiple nodes, to multiple AI, just to be the perfect edge on the place. So it is useful, and when you have all these, why not utilize them all? So moving on to the next, which we will be talking about the bonus of the video today. The bonus tools that I'll be sharing with you, which will be super duper useful from now on until every day. So the first app, as we see on the screen, would be Whisper. What's Whisper? So what I feel that most of the people who now understand the AIM framework and who now understand that their prompts will be bigger, because a bad prompt was just few likes and a good prompt will be a lot many likes. So the basic problem which people face is typing. Typing takes time, takes labor, takes stress. How can we make AI do the typing for us? There's a very simple app. It's called Whisper Flow. You can just go on to Google and just write Whisper Flow and search. You get here Whisper Flow. Just click on it. Wait for the web page to load and click download for Windows to get your file. They'll ask you to log in with your Google credentials or other credentials. Once you're logged in and you install the software, you have Whisper Flow inside your PC, working as an AI agent, which will convert your voice into real time. So this is an AI-based agent, which will convert your spoken words into written inputs in real time. So we'll just test it out here. I'll just go on Google Gemini and generate me an image of a star falling from the sky, make the scenery beautiful and look like that the picture was taken on a mountain. So as you can see, whatever I said is in real time, in written form out here, and you can just press enter and it goes forward. So this saves a lot of time when you are making your bad prompt a good one. Saves your time, saves your stress, saves your labor. So this was the first bonus app that I wanted to announce to you. Now we talk about the second bonus app, that's Notebook LM. The one you see on the screen on the second, we'll come to it in the end, because this is where we will continue our base. About Notebook LM. Now what's Notebook LM? It's another beautiful tool by Google. You can just go to this website called notebooklm.google.com. It's gonna load a while and you can just click here and create new. And if you just literally paste here anything, supposedly I just put this course PDF out here. I can see it's uploading. I have to wait a while. So see, it's ready. So all of this gray area is now ready. It has a basic information of what the PDF contains. And then you have the audio overview, video overview, infographic, data table, mind map, everything that analyst needs for analysis. We have it here. About the best parts, which we were talking about, it has a video overview on which, if I click, we have a way to generate a video based on this PDF, where the video will try and explain me everything that exists on this PDF. Now, this clears up a lot of stress of making a read through from a screen. Watching a video always has a better impact on your brain and makes you keep things memorized even further, even better. The same goes with audio overview. Now what this does, this creates an audio overview with a podcast. As you can see, an AI sits behind and it runs as a podcast where you can pause the audio, ask it questions, and it will reply you back.
Other than that, we could see reports, mind map, flashcards, infographics. These are all up to you about how you want to use them. If you have certain PDFs or certain Excel files which have a lot and lot of data, you can use reports or you can use infographics, or you can use data table to understand the insights of those data. Other than that, it also has the facility of letting you read and understand that pages as if you have a YouTube link, you have a YouTube video and you want to learn something from it. But you're not able to cover up the whole thing by watching the video as the video is too long. What do? Just take the link, paste it right here. It's gonna create a PDF for you instead. That's reverse engineering about what we did here. We inserted a PDF and we made a video out of it. We can do the reverse, where we can just put in a YouTube URL, ask it to read, analyze all of the data that can be extracted from that YouTube video, and convert it into a PDF file. Now, this PDF file is ready with you on your phone, which you can just keep reading to understand, skipping, watching the video, which was maybe 1.5 hours long. Okay, so the next tool which we will talk about is the SIM agent. Now, what is a SIM agent? What are agent and what are workflows? These are the terms which we will be handling right now and for a while. So, what is a workflow and what is an agent? Workflow is something which is a repetitive task. एक ही काम जो बार बार हुए जा रहा है, जिसे आपको करने की कोई जरूरत नहीं. Which can be done by any computer because it knows that it is a repetitive task. It runs in a loop. These are called workflow, which can be automated. So, automatic workflows are not as tedious to build as it is propagated to be. But how are we making it simpler? We are making it simpler using AI. You must have heard about Make, Zapier, Edit, and etc. Now, what I will introduce you to is the SIM AI. What is the SIM AI? Let's come up and log on to the web to see what we can have out of SIM AI. So, this is SIM AI. Whenever you're here, it will ask you to log in. You can use your Google credentials to log in. And when you come onto this page, you see here, build, help me build a workflow. Just click on it. And now you have a full-time agent deployed for you to make your automation from scratch, as you can see the screen. And it's gonna fill the whole screen for you just by writing simple prompts to create an automation. An automation like what? An automation like an email automation. You get an email, it gives an auto reply. Or you get an email, it's gonna take out the important emails and fill the data sheet accordingly. Suppose you have a business where you are selling clothes and you right now have a discount 20%. You have 7,000 to 10,000 phone numbers of customers with their names. But it's pretty possible without a robot that you could be able to send those 10,000 people the message on the same day, because it's important to let them know that the discount is limited time. So how do you send this all these people this mail or this message? You use AI, you use workflow. It's a repetitive task, just like I was telling you. Send to one, come back, send to second, come back, send to third, come back, and keep doing it. If you do it, you waste a lot of time, a lot of energy. But if AI is doing it, your laptop is closed, you're sleeping, things are happening on its own. You get 7 to 10,000 customer reach without even calling them up or without even writing a single line. You just told it once, let AI make the complete workflow for you to do the thing, and it keeps happening. Not just that, you can also create a bot to do data analysis. What was your sales throughout the year? What was the item you should discontinue? What was the item you should continue with? All of this just with chatting on WhatsApp or Telegram. All of this bot creation can be done very easy on this SIM AI with complete zero knowledge about coding. This is a magical tool. You should go back after this, and you must check this. Try and create anything. They give you a $20 free steer, which is good enough to make at least 2 to 3 working workflows. And once you cross this, you might have to do a monthly recharge or something. But what if I tell you that Sing Agent gives you your work in a very
autonomous manner, in a singular manner, which the machine finds easy to read, but you won't find it easy to read. That's where other apps like Make, Zapier, or Anything. What's Make, Zapier, and Anything? They're doing the same work. They're doing the same work what the Sing agents would do. What Make does, same thing is done by Zapier, same thing is done by Anything. So, how to choose? Back in the days when it was 1990s, somebody who would just switch on or switch off a computer or just write something on the keyboard were considered very brave. Years went by. Now everybody knew how to do it. Now the web page creators, the HTML writers, the coders, they began to be people. Everybody would go to that, create my website, create my app. They had a time, billions of dollars spent in those days. But now this is the time for creating agents, for creating workflows. That is why knowing anything and today is as good as knowing computers in 1995 or coding back in 2005 or 10. The same importance belongs to these agents and automated workflows today. If you know how to make the best use of these agents and these workflow automations, you are already now 0.1% of the people who are using AI. Now, we will go into deeper instincts with N8 and why am I preparing N8 for that? The first thing is when an AI creates, I say, a workflow for you. So you see the workflow, but you don't understand it. So maybe if there is a problem tomorrow, you would have to come back. You would have to do all the work maybe from the scratch all over again because agents can do mistakes. AI can do mistakes. What to do in that case? That is where Make, Zapier, and Anytime come in. But what happens with Make, Zapier, and Anytime? Make and Zapier are good to use, easy to understand. But N8 actually gives you more control over the flow. How we will do that? We will do a standard comparison between Make, Zapier, and N8 in the next class whenever we are putting it up. For right now, I would just like to show you small magic on N8 and that would happen. So there are different ways to run N8 just like Silly. N8 2 offers a $20 tier where you can take the help of AI to complete your workflows, where it actually is not building workflows for you, but it's helping you build it rather than Silly builds it for you. For N8N, there are multiple methods to run N8N. You can run N8N on cloud on this $20 tier which I was talking about. You can use N8N completely free on your PC offline using proper technology, or you can have VPS deployed just like me since I'm a professional and I create a lot of workloads. So I have my own VPS where I created my N8N Docker. So you can see N8N written out here. This is running on my hosting here. So as you can see right here, there are so many workflows running out here. For the best easy example, I would like to show you this doctor appointment thing. I'll just come up here and select WhatsApp. Click here and and just click here. Hi. So just to show you what happens on N8, and I'll just keep the executions open for myself and I send audit. So as soon as I said that, I see this, I want a message about new booking, upcoming booking, reschedule, or cancel booking, and I press one, and it's gonna take it back. It's gonna analyze. It's gonna give me a reply again. We'll wait for it. See, since I have talked to it before during testing, so it knows my name, my age, my gender, and it asks me whether I would like to add a patient or continue with this patient. So there is no human reply. That's N8, and that's the bot standing behind the workflow that N8 is making happen afterward. So with this, we will be at the end of the bonus tools, and we will do a deeper dive, a very deep dive on N8 and understanding how workflow and automations can help your work or your business or even your daily life with simple bot creations. So that would be it for what we were discussing today in the part of knowledge. From the henceforth period, what we will be doing is we will be understanding how practically automations are working. We will be creating practical automations. We will be understanding terms like API, terms like credentials, terms like deployment, and even start off with the concept of building your own apps without using any third-party services and without paying a single penny to any of the agent providers that cost you maybe say $249 to build an app. Even that's not required.